Good morning, welcome to 12th Business Studies. In our last video, we have seen what is planning and the features of planning. So today we will see how planning boosts the business to reach to the heights. That is importance of planning. How does planning is very important in each and every organization. You can see here there are 6 points. Let us understand one by one. The first one is planning provides direction. So here, by stating the objective in advance, like what has to be done, we decide in advance what has to be done. So that is a decision, and we have to walk towards that particular decision. That is our direction. So where we have to go, that direction is provided only with the help of planning, because planning ensures that the goal or the objective are clearly stated. Whatever is your goal or objective or aim, that will be clearly stated, so that they act as a guide. That means whatever the objective will act as a guide, your planning will act as a guide, and for the future course of action you can have a direction for all the activities which will accomplish you to provide your objective or aim. So in this way, planning has an important role in attaining the objective of any organization or even in your personal life. You will be able to achieve the aim which you have decided only when you do proper planning. So planning will give you a proper direction, that is right direction to reach to your aim or objective. The next comes planning reduces risk of uncertainty. So here planning will reduce the risk of uncertainty. That means planning enables a manager to look ahead and anticipate the changes and prepare for the risk by making necessary provisions. Like, you have to make planning in advance, you have to be ready with all the preparation, so the risk will be reduced. By deciding in advance the task which you have to be performed, planning helps to deal with the changes and uncertainty in the event. You know, the future is unpredictable, it is uncertain. So how do we face it? With the help of planning, which will reduce the risk. And the uncertainty cannot be eliminated, we cannot remove it, but there can be anticipated and managerial response for them, and they can be developed. So planning makes an earliest attempt to make uncertain future certain. Uncertain future can be made certain, and the risk can be reduced with the help of planning. Let us see the third importance of planning. Planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. So here planning planning coordinates the efforts of different divisions, different sections, different units, and even individual. So all of their work come together. That means they can coordinate each other only with the help of planning. Planning ensures the clarity in thoughts. What has to be done, who will do, when to be done, all this thing, what, when, where, how. All these questions will be answered in planning. That means planning clears the thought, and then you can take an action and work for it. That means the work will be carried on smoothly without any interpretation. So planning also helps in avoiding the confusion, or we can say misunderstanding can be removed with the help of planning, and it minimizes the useless activity. Whatever is done without any there is no result for it, that will not be done if planning is done properly. No waste of time, no waste of energy. So planning also makes it easier for everyone, and the work can be done correctly by dealing with the properly with each and everyone. So the organization's goal can be achieved in such a way situation that each and every division, each and every section will coordinate and will have different activity, but coordination is needed to achieve the aim of the organization. The next comes planning performs innovative ideas. So here innovative ideas will be brought. So it is clear that when you do planning, you need to have a mental exercise. So your thinking power should be needed, and then you need to select the best alternative, whichever are available to you. From that various alternatives, you have to find out the best one which is required by you. So while planning, many new ideas arises in your mind, and also the creativity comes in your mind, innovations can be done. So among the manager, this all things starts developing when he starts making planning. Such new ideas can take the shape of very correct planning. We can say physical form of planning. Okay, planning is the most challenging activity in the organization or for the management. It's the most challenging because without planning, rest all activities are useless. So planning has to be done because it guides all the future course of action. All the actions will follow planning. So planning is the most important thing to grow and to prosper in the business. Next comes planning facilitates decision making. Obviously, planning helps the manager to look into future. Okay, to look into future and make a choice of among various alternatives and choose the best course of action. Okay, so here planning definitely helps in making a decision. Manager has to first evaluate each and every alternative whichever are available and select the best one. Select the best one, so that planning helps in taking the rational decision. Correct decision has to be taken by setting the targets, by setting the aim, and predicting the future course of action. So it will help you to make a correct decision. The next comes planning establishes standard of control. Obviously, planning involves comparison of actual performance with a predetermined standard. Whatever is the standard set during the planning and the actual performance are compared, they should be equal. But if actual performance is below the standard performance, so controlling is done. That means where we are lacking, this gap has to be reduced where we are and where we want to go. So planning will help you to control this gap, and it will, once this gap is reduced, you will achieve your aim. Okay, so planning provides the standard against which the actual performance is evaluated. So suppose if you have decided your percentage should be 95 in your board exam and you scored only 90 in your pre-boards, so this 5% gap you have to reduce by using controlling. That means your actual performance will be compared with your standard performance. Okay, so management can take a remedial action in case of organization. Similarly, you can also take an action to reduce this gap of 5%. That means you have to find out where you went wrong, and then according to that you have to do planning again. So in absence of plans, if there is no plan, a manager have no standards to, and then there is no controlling on the actual performance of the employees or performance of the organization. So planning is must to reach somewhere. In short, planning will provide you the basis of control. That is, controlling is not possible without planning. So if you want to control your percentage, if you want to reach the standard which you have decided, then definitely you have to do planning and then controlling and reduce the gap and score good marks. Keep on learning, be connected to us, and keep smiling. Thank you so much.